Hey guys, the Langbanger. I have a new profile for you, or I should say an updated profile, and this is Tribute Stun. So I did this about a month or two back. I'll definitely tell you up front, tribute monsters are, one of my favorite things in this game, past, present, future. I'm just always going to build some sort of deck revolving around tribute monsters. I mean, it's embedded into my body, right? So the last time I did this profile, we did not have the card Crackdown. So I am now giving you an updated list with that card because obviously that card is absolutely insane. I mean, it is a slow card, but to be able to, you have another brain control, I guess, in a sense, or, it's just giving you another fodder, taking a monster off your opponent and then being able to use that for a tribute. So let's just go into the list. So as I always state, like, things are pretty budget in this list. I'm not using Pot of Extravagance because I'm using Domain. You could use Pot of Desires if you really wanted to. I don't think that's good because I'm really not trying to use a lot of cards that, my opponent can, like, hand trap me, right? Because, you want to get to lockdown. So you have 3 Vanity Fiend, you have 3 Majesty Fiend, you have 3 Sloth. So nothing too crazy there. I mean, for a Tribute Stun deck, these 3 are definitely staple and 3 copies of each. Here's where we get a little weird. Angmorrow. So a lot of people aren't too familiar with this card, but essentially when you tribute summon for this card, you can banish a spell in your grave to search for a copy of that spell from your deck. So, you may not think of that as very huge, but simply just going Soul Exchange for this and then removing Soul to get another Soul, that just sets you up for the next turn if they were to just break through your board. So I just think that's really crazy. I didn't want to use too many copies of it though. You could certainly, try and find room for a third one if you wanted to. The last tribute monster is actually End of Anubis. So this is where things could kind of differ a little bit if you wanted to use another Ankh-Moral. I think End of Anubis is really good just to, this just stops a lot of cards currently used in the game. And once you get like any of these tribute monsters and like Domain, it's going to be very, very hard for your opponent to break that board. So those are the tributes. I'm also using some Kaijus, a Kamungus, Radius, 2 Gamma Seal, 1 Lightning Strike, and 1 Doggeran. I don't think I'm missing one, but I mean, that really doesn't matter as much. So I'm actually using 2 Gamma Seal. The reason for that is my tribute monsters can actually get over that. So I could just see that being some sort of scenario. So that's why I opted to use 2 of that one. So I'm not using Jizukuru, and I can't recall if I'm missing another one or not. But I mean, ideally you do want to use multiple names because once you Kaiju Slumber, that's why that matters. So those were all the monsters. Now onto the spells. You have 3 Domain, you have 3 Stormforth, you have 3 Soul Exchange, you have 3 Slumber. So I believe I am using 6 Kaijus. I kind of wanted to cut down on Slumber because you could like slumber someone once and then you could banish to like search, and then eventually you're gonna have some dead cards. But it's like you want to see this because one, it helps clear the board, and then also if you think about it, it gives you free fodder on the board to do a tribute. So you can give your you can slumber them, you can give them a small Kaiju, get a bigger one, ram or run over their Kaiju, and then may phase 2 tribute for a monster. So just little plays like that. I also have 2 Terraforming. Don't mind the proxy. I actually can't find a second one for some reason. So you want to get the Domain. I mean, Domain and any tribute monster is just insanity. I mean, Sloth in itself is Domain, but, if you just get double, that's even more that they got to worry about. Last spell is actually March of the Monarchs, because once you get a tribute monster out and then you can get March on there as well, then they can't use Destruction to get rid of your guys, and then it's just going to be that much tougher. So that's it for the spells, and then for the traps is 3 Crackdown. Absolutely insane card, because just by, no matter what deck your opponent's using, I mean, they just summon a monster, you flip Crackdown. I mean, unless they have another way to drop another monster and like continue some plays, like their turn could be ending, I mean, against a lot of decks. And then that in itself, it's a brain control, just gives you fodder. It is very slow. I realize just in general this whole deck is very slow, but this is just one of the decks that I love. And then the last two is 2 Monarchs Erupt. So you could up this up to 3 if you wanted. Another card I was thinking of using, Pot of Duality. You do special summon with the Kaijus and Slumber, but outside of that, you don't really special. So, that could help dig. But if you think about it, you have 3 Crackdown, you have 3 Slumber, 3 Storm, 3 Soul. Think I named them all, but you're going to be able to drop a tribute monster. So fairly simple deck, no extra deck of course because of domain, but yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Peace.